Hello there, listeners. Here is Maya speaking. Today is what the date is today? I think it's the 18th. November is 18. I just wanted to share with you this experience. I was just wanting to brush my teeth, and then suddenly, like my whole floor, my entire house, my body, very suddenly shake with a very, very strong explosion. Don't know what it is. Heard lots of explosions this year. A lot of explosions this year. But every once in a while, there is something a bit different. And suddenly the planes in the sky, you suddenly hear it. Everything become very dark and frightening. So I'm listening to this new sound. Now I think it was not as strong as before. And anyway, I think you should know that somehow the record in the phone doesn't really manage to catch the sound. It's interesting. It's always sound very soft in the record. It's actually very tense because I think it's it's more than sound. I think it's a lot about vibration. It's vibrate into the ground, into the air, into your body, into your mind. It's vibrating, and it's so out of your control, you know? This vibration is coming like as a giant wave into everything that you are in touch with. And there is really nothing you can do about it. I think maybe because it's a lot about vibration and maybe less than the actual sound. Maybe this is why it's so fucking tense. Um, it's a giant mental, psychological, spiritual, emotional challenge to meet this strong energy and not break down by it. I think it can very easily break people's mind into a being of fear and despair. It's make you feel so vulnerable and out of control upon your life, you know? It's just hitting you again and again. What can you do? Leave your home and run away. That's what you can do. I think that's the point, you know? I don't think those bombs. I was hanging with some friends today. Came to visit some friends. Then I was going to enter their house, and there was alarm, and bombs start falling, and they all run to. Well, they don't have a shelter, but they have this like a metal container. So they all run in the metal container because that's like the closest thing to a shelter that they have. So I went in the container with them, just to be with them. Really, I didn't really thought that, like, well, I guess the bomb can fall at me, but I don't have usually anything like a shelter anyway, so I'm just got used to not doing anything. Anyway, so I had a conversation with those friends, and we discussed is how dangerous are the bombs, you know, like how many people are actually killed by bombs. And I said, yeah, I think my friend said that because the IDF shoot down at air most of the bombs coming from Lebanon, from Hezbollah. Um, so she said, "Why are they shooting at us now? It was evening, late evening, dark, cold, raining," and she was like, don't they know that people are anyway in their home next to shelter? Um, like how they expect to kill people if they shoot bombs at them while they're in their home next to shelter? And anyway, those bombs are being neutralized in air all the time. Why do they keep on shooting bombs at us well, don't they know it doesn't kill that many people? And yeah, so I thought about it and I told my friend, I think they don't try to kill people. They try to, you know, terrorize people. This is what a terror organization do. Now I'm speaking English. It's come to my mind. That's what a terror organization do. They terrorize. They're trying to create fear in order to motivate you to do what they want you to do by fear. I think what they want people to do is that they will leave their home because you've been uh, you've been frightened and shocked and taken out of your center so badly. You've been put up with so much pressure and so much tense uh, tense frightened vibration that you think like, how will you deal with it? This is like, whoa, so many people leave their home. I think that's but that's interesting because I what they want to take over northern Israel. What do they have to do in northern Israel? It's not like the Palestinians that actually used to live here. Those Lebanon people used to live in Lebanon, and Palestinians used to live here. Some still do. Um, so I can get Palestinians that are trying to terrorize Israeli people to run away and leave their home so they can come back to their home. I can get that. But why will the Hezbollah do that? And that I think, um, well, that's interesting. I wonder what do they think to themselves there. Because you can only assume, you can hear some of what the Israeli media is saying, and I don't know, maybe some out of what the world media is saying. They don't really speak a lot about what those people reasons. Maybe they give some very uh, very official idea about what their reasons could be, but they don't really deepen into that. And I guess they have a very narrow um, kind of single kind of perspective upon that. So who know what those people are thinking? I read in the Israeli media. Let's say I read that they catched some Hezbollah guy and they investigate him, and he said I did it for money. Maybe he did. Who knows? It makes sense to me to think that those people just do it for money in some kind of reasons. I know Lebanon is not in a good financial state at all, so it makes a lot of sense to me. But who knows if this is why this person said it? If he said it, who knows? And what another person will say? Are there like radical religious people? Is this like a religious war? I think another good idea about that is that they're just um, serving a political goal that is like way bigger than here and now. It's like like Iran, USA, West versus East, stuff like this. So it's all kind of maybe those people shooting bombs at those people, not because anything that related to them or they, which is ridiculous, really. But also makes sense if you think about how society looked like those days. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I heard those crazy bombs and I thought like, is it bomb coming in? Maybe felt in my village or something because this is like extreme sound. or is it BAM went out, and the IDF just put their maybe the IDF put their thingies close to me, so I hear it so strong when they sent BAM away to destroy someone else's village. Anyway, fuck that shit, right? Uh, some bad shit. Um, yeah, even though I think maybe saying fuck for that is, yeah, I regret that because fuck is like sexuality, and this is, if sexuality remind anything of that, so this is very, very bad sexuality that need to be stopped, I think. So forget about that. Let's keep fuck for sexuality and keep sexuality for positive, um, and not for stuff like that. And shit also, I think, won't be a good way to put it up because shit is very good actually. It's the way of the body to release stuff that you don't need, and and make them into something that it could be very useful for environment. You know, I have compost toilets, and I see where I bury my shit, beautiful stuff are growing. I see it in my eyes. So shit also will be a very inappropriate word to describe this terrible thing that we call war or bombs. No, shit is a good thing. So how will you describe this terrifying, uh, violent? Yeah. So yeah, sorry, listeners. I think I lost my line of thought, so I will have to be maybe creative about the end of this podcast. I remember now. I wanted to say that I started this episode because I wanted to share in order to express myself. I really recommend it. Expressing yourself. It's good to deal with tense and pressure. So thank you, listeners, for listening and helping me out with releasing tense. So I will finish this episode um, with a melody from my bansuri, together with um, playing and maybe more bums and stuff.